All right, welcome back. Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. Don't freak out. Don't freak out, everyone. That's funny. Well, you can understand why he says don't freak out because he's already told you exactly what he's going to do. So it doesn't matter what happens in the market. He's going to hold it all the way down. Last video, I showed you in his own words, in a video done within the last week, that he claimed that was his approach to the market. So all this nonsense about, oh, we're going to see it first, it's going to be clear, we're going to catch the turn, we're going to write it down, no one else is going to see it coming, we're going to be first, we're the only ones. No, turns out, I'm just going to ride that mofo all the way down. It doesn't matter how far it goes. Boy, you must have had some great times in the last 15 to 20 years because those are some pretty serious drawdowns. Now, of course, they'll all come back, but that doesn't mean you have to take the ass kicking the whole way down, unless you're Mike Norman, because that's what you're really going to do. So the cracks are showing when you know where to look. So yes, that's the reason why we don't freak out, because it doesn't matter. If you're a Mike Norman subscriber and follower, you're just going to follow this thing down. So does that sound a lot like buy and hold? Yes, it does. I told you, all this long-term investing buy and hold nonsense from this guy, but then you flip the script every day and do daily videos and literally trying to find the minutia, the needle in the haystack, flip-flopping every day. I think the name of this video is going to be, how many times can you flip-flop in a week?
I'm over there. My man from Philly called me, tell my man from Philly getting ready to come up. He comes up. Now when he come up, I said, where he at? He said, across the street. He in a white t-shirt. He wearing flip-flops. I said, what the fuck you mean flip-flop? He said, flip-flop. I said, nigga, we on 8th Avenue, front of Polo Grounds, Rucker Park, and you telling me your man wearing flip-flops and you sending him a text to me, make an audio, you know I don't fuck with no flip-flops. Is you fucking flip-flops? You're fucking crazy. You're fucking flip-flopping.
All of last week, he's finally started to stick on one side of the coin for 3 or 4 days anyways. Yep, the flows are getting worse. The market's going to start to drop. Turns out Friday and the day before this video, well, Friday was a single day, as we now know, reversal in these flows. And all of a sudden, flip-flop, he goes and gets bullish again. And then... Of course, he misses it yesterday, a couple percent down. He's going to miss everything. Oh, the flows went back net negative again. Oh, no. Yes, we're going to go down. Flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. How many times can you flip-flop in a week? Pathetic. Remember, this is a long-term investor. This is what he claims he is. He's a long-term investor. But every day, if you're following this guy trying not to get caught, what's he doing? He's churning your ass to death. Is he going to continue to flip-flop? Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's listen.
Yeah. All right. We had a big down day, 2% down in the NASDAQ. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't expecting a down day today. I told you guys yesterday that because of their strong, very strong flows on Friday, and I was anticipating that yesterday's with the Social Security payment, we'd get an additional. Actually, that didn't happen. I'll tell you about that in a second. But I thought we'd get a little bit of a run up here in stocks. But apparently some news items, Palantir. I mean, the only thing I could really find.
And then from there, I won't make you suffer through this. It's literally reason finding. Okay, we've seen what happened. Now we have to place a reason on why. Now, you actually don't have to do that, but this is what people do. This is absolutely what people do. They will see what happened because they didn't catch it, and then they say, well, what's the reason for it? And then he goes on a 15-minute freaking witch hunt diatribe, maybe this, maybe that. That is all pointless. Pointless. And that's why you keep getting the flip-flops.
Audio, you know I don't fuck with no flip-flops. Is you fucking flip-flops? You're fucking crazy. You're fucking flip-flopping.
And this is going to continue. And remember, this is all coming from a guy that's just going to ride it all the way down anyways if it decides to break or when it decides to break. That's all he's going to do. What's the point?
In any case, the upside to the market now is limited, okay? The upside is limited because of what's happening with tariffs. To another degree, the government shutdown, but mainly tariffs.
All right, so the upside to the market is limited. Well, let me tell you something. If this market starts, for whatever reason, on a tear and it starts going up for a couple days, you know he's going to flip on that, right? You know that's just yesterday's news. Literally just yesterday's news. Because this guy doesn't take any type of long-term approach when he's talking to you on his daily videos. This guy changed his tune on Friday after several days in a single inflow. The flows are too choppy. If you are trying to look at this day to day or every couple days or even every week, you have to have rocks in your freaking head to not understand what you're staring at is noise. It's noise. So seeing a single day like this dumb asshat did at the end of last week and switching his tune is exactly what's wrong. And it's exactly what I've been telling everyone forever. The guy's a flip-flopper. He will take one day's worth of data and extrapolate it. It doesn't matter if the 3 or 4 days before was all negative news. He sees one positive and flip. And he does the opposite. If he starts seeing more negative, well, see, this is the problem. He's now flipped back to negative, right? And now he's saying that the upside is limited. Now, let me ask you this. If you actually believed the upside was limited to the market right now, why would you stand there with your hands down at your waist? And since he seems to be into boxing, just stand there within punching distance of your foe with your hands down at your waist and just get punched in the face repeatedly with no defense. Why, if you think the upside is limited, would you not be defensive? Because he's not being defensive. He won't be. And I can say that because he's told you that within the last week. He's going to ride it all the way down. He's going to stand within punching distance and take every punch to the face that is offered out to him. And he will not run defense whatsoever. This is what a fool looks like. This is what an absolute fool looks like and operates like. This is exactly what buy and hold is, by the way. Except he just throws a lot of needless baggage on it and makes it more difficult. And there's a whole lot of effort going into these daily videos on this worthless channel to find out it's just a buy and hold channel. But we're looking for reasons why it goes up and down every day, as if that matters. And what he used to grapple onto is now not the reasons. He goes on in here and talks about technical analysis, stochastics, and relative strength, and all that stuff. And he chuckles that, hey, it looks easy till you do it and you find out it doesn't work. That's probably the most true thing this guy has said in as long as I can remember. Well, he's right. That type of shit doesn't work. But he's just traded in that type of stupidity to these fiscal flows type of stupidity. And I say that with respect to trying to rub that crystal ball to find out what happens next, because that's what he and everyone else is trying to do. You're trying to find reasons for something. You're trying to preempt something. You're trying to figure out what's going to happen tomorrow, today. That's the focus, and that's why it's wrong. That's why it'll never work. He's just trading in one pile of stupidity for another pile of stupidity. And he doesn't see, he's making the same errors as he's always done, just doing it a different manner, a different flavor. You can make errors 1,000 different ways. He just seems to be happy hopscotching through them till the end of his friggin' worthless life. So that's right, folks. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Just ride it all the way down. Take all the punches to the face. Why not? Why not? Over on my Patreon page, I put out 2 videos. This actually one being the most recent. I entitled it Your Best Commodity Play Right Now, October 21st. That's the most recent one. And I'm not going to spill the beans here. I want you to spend the 2 minutes that it takes, because you waste way more time than that on any given friggin' hourly basis. So I want you to take the 2 minutes it takes to go over to Patreon, get a free account, and just click on this link. So I'm not going to spill the beans here on what your best commodity play is. But as it stands right now, if this applied to you, you're better off by 2.5% with a maximum of 4%, because I've been following since October 21st. What's that, a week and a half, 2 weeks? And before that, Again, click on this, join my Patreon channel for free. You get these videos for free. Before that, October 13th, going back. And clicking on that has probably been your best idea since that time, as far as a general overall market look and actually protecting yourself, playing defense, stepping out of the way of those punches. And I give you multiple scenarios in this video which are still intact today. You may have made some good or bad decisions since then, but this was a solid plan and it was simple. And I want you to click on these because you find out what I'm saying firsthand from me in no uncertain terms. None of this flip-flopping bullshit, maybe this, maybe that, changing my mind day to day. No, I've put out 2 free videos that are still worth their value today. And again, this last one really helped you out to the tune of, right now as we speak, 2.5% bettering of your position on this thing. And it was up to 4%. And this still stands. And this still stands. Do yourself a favor. Join for free. Get a Patreon account. Click join for free. Link will be on the bottom. Or you've been staring at it the whole video. All right, I'll see you there. Better stuff is coming for you. You want to click on this. And for those of you that have in the last few weeks, I think you can agree, solid ideas. Very simple, very direct. You know exactly what I said, and they still have relevance today. I don't have to do an update video and an update video to that and an update video on for the 3rd time. They still have relevance today. Follow.
I said, all right, with no disrespect, I'm gonna walk with you. But I'm not gonna walk with you towards the activities while you got fucking flip-flops on. I took his ass all the way back to the motherfucking car, and we sat there, and he went in his big-ass expensive car and put on his sneakers. And I had to ask him, what the fuck is you doing out there with flip-flops? How the fuck is you gonna defend yourself and your woman that you came with? Please explain this shit to me.
All right, I will see you here.